I spotted this today when I was walking past my shelves of cookery books and realised that I'd had it. Oh, it's a Daily Mail publication, bloody hell. I've had it since 1974. And I'm not sure if I bought it for myself or somebody bought it for me, but I was first married to my first husband in 1974, which is 40, 47, 46, 47 years ago. So this book's nearly 50 years old, and I haven't looked through it. I looked up, I've just picked it up and I've just put it here, and we're going to look at it together. And I'm thinking about what a novice I was. What's that? A recipe for Victoria sandwich. Go look at my writing. I was just nearly 19 when I got married the first time. I'm not sure whether I wrote that when I was 19. Well, I've got a bread pudding recipe here, I think. Crikey. My writing looks a bit older. I love his cookbook. Oh my God. The Way to Your Man's Heart. Yeah, right. So lots of basic stuff here. I'm quite surprised actually that I think I was quite a novice. I suppose lots of 18-year-olds are. I don't remember making any of these. No, I didn't make any of those. We lived in a flat in Folkestone, and it was a 3-story house, and we lived on the ground floor. There were some people that lived in the basement, and we had no bathroom. There was a small water heater that heated water in the kitchen. I think it heated water in the kitchen as you sort of, I can't remember what do you call them. Sort of, it wasn't a tank. It was like you were heating what you were running through the thing, and we'd have to stand and wash in the kitchen. There was no heating. It was a massive room, the front room. So we had an oil heater in there. Guess who's come to visit? Can you hear? Because she thinks I'm talking to her. Blimey, this is a blast from the past. I don't think I made anything like that. What I do remember making is, I'm not sure it's in here, was that my parents and their friends came for a meal. Oh, somebody didn't like the lamb stew. We had lamb stew today. I made a batch cooked lamb stew. I wonder who did that. Some child. My parents came with their friends, and I cooked a crown of lamb. Bit flash, and I don't think that's in here, that crown of lamb. I must have found it in another book. It worked out really well, as I recall, all those years ago. It's interesting actually, because I thought I used this, but nothing is jumping out and saying, oh, I remember making that, or I remember making that. So, yeah. What? It's that time of night. I might have made the fruit crumble. It's that time of night where she gets a treat before we go to... Well, it isn't that time of night because we're not going to bed for a couple of hours yet, but she starts nagging. In that you can hear her, oh, me, poor me, I'm so hungry. Are you hungry? And she sometimes gets wet food, and she sometimes gets some treats. I don't know what she thinks she's going to get, but I'm not doing anything right now. Yeah, so nothing really jumping out at me as something that I did. Herring roes on toast. Mark, when I first met him, would eat liked cod's roe on toast. I think there's a difference between hard roe and soft, and he was soft roe. It stinks the house out when you make that. So as far as I'm aware, you can't get it in France, so I'm quite pleased about that. Vol au vent. Hot pot, I might have made that. A word about wines. Posset. Well, that was interesting for me. Don't know whether it is for you. A nearly 50-year-old cookbook published by the Daily Mail. I had no taste back then, obviously. What's your oldest cookbook? Tell me your oldest cookbook.